What if I told you that one of the most terrifying moments in Squid Game holds the key to understanding every leap of faith you'll ever take? The glass bridge isn't just a deadly game. It's a perfect metaphor for the spiritual trust that defines human existence. Picture this. You're standing on a platform, staring at two identical glass panels. One will hold your weight. The other will shatter beneath you. You can't tell the difference. You have no choice but to step forward. This is the glass bridge metaphor that haunts us all. The moment when knowledge ends and faith begins. In Squid Game's 7th episode, we witness something profound. Players face an impossible choice with 50-50 odds, and suddenly we're not watching a game anymore. We're watching the human condition laid bare. Every spiritual tradition has grappled with this same terrifying beauty, the faith leap into the unknown. The architecture of uncertainty. The glass bridge game reveals something ancient about human nature. When the players see that towering structure, their faces tell a story older than civilization itself. It's the same expression Abraham must have worn when God called him to leave everything familiar behind. The same uncertainty Buddha felt when he walked away from his palace into the wilderness. This isn't just about a Korean drama. This is about the fundamental architecture of uncertainty that shapes every meaningful moment in our lives. The Squid Game meaning goes deeper than entertainment. It's showing us that spiritual trust isn't optional. It's the foundation of existence itself. Consider how the game is structured. The players can't see which glass is tempered, which is regular. They must step forward based on faith alone. This mirrors what mystics across cultures have always known. We see through a glass darkly. Our knowledge has limits. Our spiritual trust must fill the gaps. The glass expert's dilemma. Here's where the story becomes fascinating. One player is a glass expert. He has knowledge the others lack. Yet even he hesitates. Even he must ultimately make a faith leap. Why? Because expertise has boundaries, and life's most crucial moments exist beyond those boundaries. This tension between faith versus knowledge appears in every spiritual tradition. The Islamic concept of al-ghaib teaches that knowledge of the unseen belongs to Allah alone. Buddhist prajna suggests wisdom transcends intellectual understanding. The glass expert's struggle embodies this universal truth. Human knowledge, no matter how sophisticated, eventually meets its limits. Watch how the other players react to his advantage. Some feel it's unfair. Others want to follow his lead. But the expert himself knows something they don't, that even professional knowledge can't eliminate the need for spiritual trust. His hesitation isn't weakness. It's wisdom recognizing its own boundaries. The glass bridge metaphor becomes even more powerful here. The expert can identify glass types in controlled conditions, but suspended hundreds of feet in the air, under extreme pressure, with lives hanging in the balance. Even expertise becomes a form of faith leap. The individual crossings. Now we reach the heart of the matter. Each player must cross alone. No one can make the faith leap for another. This solitary journey reflects something profound about spiritual growth. Ultimately, we each must step into our own unknown. The show's genius lies in how it portrays these individual crossings. Some players pray, others meditate, some rely on logic, others on intuition. We see different approaches to the same fundamental challenge. How do you move forward when you can't see the way? This mirrors the great spiritual journeys throughout history. Moses at the Red Sea couldn't delegate the decision to step forward. Mary couldn't ask someone else to say yes to the impossible pregnancy. David couldn't send a representative to face Goliath. The faith leap is inherently personal, irreducibly individual. Yet notice something beautiful in the Squid Game scenes. Even in their terror, the players support each other. They offer encouragement, share strategies, provide emotional strength. This reveals another truth about spiritual trust. While the leap itself is individual, we don't have to prepare for it alone. The bridge as spiritual metaphor. The glass bridge metaphor extends far beyond the game itself. Every day we encounter moments that require spiritual trust. Relationships demand faith leaps, committing to love without guarantees. Career changes require stepping onto invisible glass, following calling despite uncertainty. Parenting might be the ultimate glass bridge experience. We make countless decisions for our children's futures, unable to see which choices will hold and which will shatter. We step forward anyway, guided by love and hope rather than certainty. The bridge's height in the show isn't accidental. It represents the stakes involved in real faith leaps. When we trust in the unseen, when we act on spiritual conviction rather than empirical proof, we're always suspended over something vast and unknown. The height makes the metaphor visceral, unforgettable. Consider how different spiritual traditions describe this same experience. Hinduism speaks of surrender to divine will. Christianity emphasizes faith as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Buddhism teaches about letting go of the need to control outcomes. All point toward the same glass bridge moment, stepping forward despite uncertainty. Faith in the unseen. What makes the glass bridge so terrifying and so perfect as a metaphor is its invisibility. The players can't see the difference between safety and destruction. This captures something essential about spiritual trust. It always involves the unseen, the unprovable, the mysterious. Modern life offers countless opportunities for faith leaps. Medical treatments we accept before seeing results. Environmental actions we take for future generations will never meet. Acts of forgiveness that heal relationships in ways we can't predict. Each requires stepping onto invisible glass, trusting in outcomes we cannot guarantee. The Squid Game meaning becomes clear when we realize the show isn't really about games at all. It's about the human condition, about the moments when our carefully constructed certainties crumble and we must choose. Step forward in faith or remain paralyzed by fear. This is where spiritual wisdom becomes practical. Every tradition offers tools for developing spiritual trust. Prayer, meditation, contemplation, community support. These aren't abstract practices. They're training for the glass bridge moments that define our lives. The other side. The most haunting aspect of the glass bridge episode isn't the crossing itself. It's what happens to those who make it across. They carry the weight of survival, the trauma of witnessing others fall, the complex emotions of making it when others didn't. This too reflects the reality of faith leaps. When we successfully navigate uncertainty through spiritual trust, We don't arrive at a place of simple triumph. We carry responsibility, gratitude, and often a deeper understanding of life's fragility. The other side of the bridge isn't paradise. It's a place of greater wisdom and deeper compassion. The glass bridge metaphor reminds us that faith isn't a one-time event, but a way of living. Every day brings new bridges, new moments when we must choose trust over certainty, hope over fear, love over safety. The players who survive don't stop encountering uncertainty. They become better at navigating it. This is the ultimate spiritual truth the show reveals. We're all walking on glass bridges, all the time. The question isn't whether we'll face uncertainty, it's how we'll respond when we do. Will we step forward in faith, or will we remain frozen by the fear of falling? The glass bridge of faith isn't just a metaphor from a Korean drama. It's the path we're all walking, the choice we're all making, the leap we're all called to take. And perhaps that's the most beautiful truth of all. In our shared uncertainty, in our common need for spiritual trust, we discover we're never really crossing alone.